Does anyone else get splinters in their feet, or am I the only one? I have really soft feet. I have really soft hands. I wear gloves on every cut, and I've always had really soft skin. Not a humble brag or a flex. I'm still tough. Don't even worry about that. But I actually get splinters like in a lot of places, but I no longer get them in my hands because I wear gloves. I used to wear tennis shoes every day, and eventually the hair. So I sit down when I cut, and I think that could be a part of the problem. But I sit down when I cut, so a lot of times hair falls directly on me. I keep a fan near me so that I can kind of keep the hair blowing away from me, but inevitably the hair falls on me. Now, a lot of times it falls in my socks or it falls in my shoes and it just works its way into my socks. But I cut a lot of hair, and then the barbershop just always has hair swirling around. Like, I can't even tell you all the places I've gotten splinters. But I went from wearing regular socks, I started wearing silicone socks over my feet directly, and then I would put regular socks over them, and then I would put shoes on over them to help create a barrier in between my skin and my socks that often trap hair, and then the hair works its way into either your foot directly or inside your shoes. And you either got to have a whole separate closet of clothes and socks and underwear and like everything that you wear at work, and then you need to take that to a laundromat. Or if you bring any hair into your laundry machine, it's going to work itself all throughout your household. So, anyway, back to the point of this question. I started wearing silicone socks, similar to wearing gloves on your hands. It's the same concept. It's not as bad as it sounds. Yes, your feet get moist and damp and like all that. But honestly, you don't notice it after a couple, at least I don't. I didn't notice it after a couple minutes. The benefits definitely outweighed the drawbacks. However, the silicone socks can, they can rip after a while. And where I get them from, it takes months for them to arrive. So that's one issue. They're also hard to size. If they're too big, they're really uncomfortable. If they're too small, they're unbearable. So that was an issue. I opted to just wear the ones that were too big for my feet, and I just dealt with the slight uncomfort. But again, the longer the after 5 or 10 minutes, you really kind of forget that you have them on until it's time to take them off. Now, I have a really bad back, so a lot of times it's just hard to even put them on in the first place. In addition to that, putting on another pair of socks over them and then putting on shoes. So after a while, I got tired of them ripping. I got tired of my back always, hurting to put them on in the first place. So I then just went to Crocs, not Crocs, bubble slides. I wore bubble slides for a while, and but those and I wore them without socks because again, getting hair trapped in my socks and then the socks and my feet rubbing inside the shoe would just further drive the hair into my feet. And again, because I have a bad back, I don't always have the ability to get the splinters out of my feet. So then I got to rely on my partner. If she's not available, I'm just SOL. So that became an issue. So then I found that not wearing socks inside my bubble slides, although that sounds terrible, it worked out way better for me because I did not get splinters. I then went to slides without socks. And I get it. It's not what you should be doing in a barbershop. I understand that. But it doesn't change the fact that the benefits outweigh the drawbacks. I rarely get splinters in my feet when I don't wear socks. For me, socks are the biggest culprit because again, the hair gets worked into the sock. The sock then is the hair then gets driven into your skin because of the friction of your shoe driving that hair into your skin through the sock. Long story short, there is no good answer. I've seen this product where you like put it basically at like the top of your shoe, and it's like an umbrella for your feet, basically. That's perfect if you already don't have any hair in your socks. But again, the only way I can see that working is if I did sock laundry by itself. Because again, hair works its way from one item of clothing to the other in my laundry machine. So I don't think there's a solution for this. I personally have never found anything that worked better than not wearing socks. But obviously, people have opinions on that. I really kind of do my thing to make my life as easy as possible without worrying about what others say. But others, if they see my lives or they'll see a video with me in flip flops or slides and no socks, they have something to say about it. I understand that it's not permitted or it's not encouraged. I get that. But it doesn't change the fact that it makes my life easier and it makes my job easier. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I stream daily on TikTok, Twitch, Kick, YouTube, sometimes Facebook, and more recently Instagram. TikTok's going away, as I've said in my last couple videos, as it stands at this very moment. I do stream from 2 different accounts on TikTok. One of them is Sean Cuts the H. The other is Tiger Cuts. They're just 2 different perspectives. All of my content comes from my TikTok live footage. I just download it ever so often, and I just use, a day's worth of footage, and it'll get me basically through a month. Eventually, I'm gonna run out of the ability to do that. If you guys want to keep up with me, I do stream on Kick, Twitch, YouTube. Like I said, sometimes Facebook if I can get it to work, and Instagram. I'm Sean Cuss H on social media. I appreciate any engagement I can get. If you guys have questions, comments, whether you agree or disagree, just keep it respectful and professional, and we can go back and forth all day long. Otherwise, share this with someone that may also be dealing with the same issue. Again, I get splinters all the time, and I can't be the only one. Let me know what you guys deal with and how you've overcome it. Sean Cussation on social media. Please follow. Let all the buttons do all the things. I appreciate your time. I hope you guys' start to 2025 is going great. Take care.